friends, and welcome to Intention, where we focus on tarot card readings and other esoteric topics. And today we've got a pick a card reading where we talk a little bit about how to maximize your potential. So this is a way to align yourself closer with your true destiny and maximize the things you're great at, or maybe get rid of some habits that you need to work on changing. If you're new to pick a card readings, I'll give you a quick rundown of how this style of reading works. Today's message will arrive in one of 4 different piles, either from Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, or Group 4. If you need a little help choosing, I've added some crystals to each pile as well. Group 1 has celestite, Group 2 has black tourmaline, Group 3 has clear quartz, and Group 4 has sodalite. Take a moment, pause the video if you need to, but choose the pile that you feel most intuitively drawn towards. But before we get into the readings, I just want to remind everyone that tarot is a tool to help us think critically about the past, analyze where we are in the present, and look ahead to where we might be going in the future. However, you're not fated by anything that you hear today, and your destiny is always in your own control. If there's something that you don't like about any message and it doesn't resonate with you, it just probably wasn't meant for you. Once you've selected the group that's meant for you, scroll down to the description box and find your group's timestamp to jump forward to that section of the reading. And with that, let's jump right into the readings and find out a little bit more about how we can maximize your potential. Welcome Group 1, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we get started with any reading, I like to set our intentions. So to do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, open your eyes and we can begin the reading. In your spread, we have the 8 of Swords, the Tower, the High Priestess in reverse, the Emperor, and then the Ace of Cups in reverse. So right here in the center with the High Priestess in reverse, this really resonates with me about your intuition and the fact that maybe right now you guys are ignoring it. So one way to maximize your potential might be for you to sort of pay more attention to your inner voice. If you have a certain feeling about something, if you feel like something is off or something's going really well, trust that initial instinct. You guys have a really good read on sort of people and situations that way anyway, but listen to your intuition itself. Don't be necessarily influenced by other people outside of what it is that you're listening to. Not that you shouldn't take their advice into account, but make sure your intuition and sort of feeling about the situation is the first thing that you begin to initially trust. Sort of stop worrying about how other people feel and really listen to what you think. Right now, there may have been a time when you guys have been avoiding that. And this also could mean that there are some kind of secrets or something that's coming out, but you need to have open and honest conversations about those secrets or those new revelations in order to be able to address them correctly. So it's really, in essence, about trusting yourself. That's going to be a really great way to help you guys move closer to your destiny, maximize your potential. Because previously, with the 8 of Swords, there have been some negative thoughts and sort of self-restricting that you've been doing. So if you've been holding yourself back, ask yourself why you've been doing that. If you believe that there are limits on you, then the limits will be there. And that's something that is a hard kind of lesson for most people to learn. But I think that you might be putting these limitations on yourself. So don't overthink or create obstacles unnecessarily. Doesn't mean that if you feel like something's off or something's kind of wrong and you want to pause about it, that that's the wrong decision to make. Just make sure that you're not sort of holding yourself back needlessly if you are actually ready to make a decision or you really truly do know how you feel about something. The Tower in the current situation position means that there's sort of a revelation or a sudden change happening right now. It might be time to make some changes in your life, changes in your career. That could be related directly to both of these cards, actually. So if there's something that you feel like you need to do, you've had some sort of realization that you need to move on from the position you're in now, that you sort of need to tear something down in order to build something up new again, you might be stopping yourself from doing that because right now you don't trust exactly how you feel about it. But you know within yourself when you look inside how you feel about the situation in reality and what you should actually do to move forward. So just make sure to trust yourself. Sometimes this can be a difficult card because it does mean sort of breaking everything down in order to start over new again, but that always makes us stronger and wiser. It's that, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger sort of mantra, and that's really true with the Tower card. It also can be a spiritual awakening, so just like in the High Priestess in reverse, if you're not really trusting your intuition and you feel like you are having kind of trouble just internalizing your fears and that kind of thing, this could be a reference to you sort of realizing that you do have that power within yourself and you're able to use that going forward. The Emperor in the advice situation is about creating structure. So a great way to help you guys maximize potential right now might be to create steps or a plan for yourself in where you want to be in the future. This also represents organization. So it could mean that you need to join a club or a group, maybe enroll in a college, volunteer at a soup kitchen or an organization where you can network with other people. But either way, even in that instance, you need to sort of get a plan together to help get yourself to the next step. But the Emperor is also a reference that networking might be important to you right now. So if that's sort of resonating with you, it might be time to kind of, as a part of the change that you're going through in your life, look for ways when you can do that more. The Ace of Cups reversed in the outcome position is another reference to listening to your intuition. So right now, you guys really need to give yourself the love and attention that you need to flourish. This card actually means in the outcome position that you've made that time to check in with yourself along the way. You just needed validation or some time to sort of rest and think about the situation. So give yourself permission to do that. Even though you do know internally what it is you should do and you have a good compass on how to move forward, you do need time sometimes to rest, to really discover how you truly feel. Now I'm going to shuffle for some oracle cards. We'll just see if we can get some additional information, maybe about how you guys can maximize your intuition or some other kind of thing that we can focus on to help get you to your true potential. Be gentle with yourself. That's perfect, because right now you guys are not really trusting how you feel internally. You know what to do. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you don't immediately get the answers to the questions you're looking for. If you just take time and kind of sit with it, you can really feel your way towards the right answer for you. The next card. Look to nature for healing. So to me, both the flower imagery, they go hand in hand with that kind of need for growth, need for really like retreat within yourself. So for me, what I really get is that you're going to get a lot of healing from the process of looking within, trusting your intuition, sort of knowing that you have the right internal compass, that it'll point you in the right direction. That's going to give you a lot of healing and a lot of catharsis as you sort of strengthen that muscle and that ability to trust that you know the right way to go going forward. And Celestite is a great stone for your reading because that's all about connecting with your higher self and using that energy for the greatest good. So this is another reference to the High Priestess card, the Ace of Cups, that you guys really have a great sense of what to do internally if you just take the time to listen to yourself and really trust the answers that you receive. So to sum up the overall feeling of the reading for you guys today, it really is about letting go of any limitations that you put on yourself, because there's a big change that needs to happen. And I feel like you might kind of know that because you guys have that initial sort of instinct that something needs to change. So trust yourself, trust your intuition, make sure that you give yourself the time and space to find the right answer within yourself, because you're going to truly figure out, if you stop and listen, that your internal compass is continuing to point you in the right direction like it has before. You just need to learn to trust yourself a little bit more. And that's all I see in the cards for you guys today, but I hope you enjoyed today's reading. If you did, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leave us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future Pick a Card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 2, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I'd like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes. Take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, so in your spread, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the King of Swords, the Page of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, and then the Five of Swords also in reverse. So a lot of reverse cards, which means there's some pause or some kind of delay in your life right now, but we'll jump into that with each one specifically. So the Page of Cups right in the center of the reading in reverse refers to doubt and creative blocks that you may be having. So a way to unlock your potential, move yourself closer to your destiny, would be to kind of get those creative blocks and that doubt out of your system. You might be interested in starting a new project, but maybe afraid to get it off the ground right now. That's also what this card can point to. Something wants to be expressed within yourself, but you're really holding it back right now. So don't doubt yourself. Trust within yourself that you can do it, because a lot of times the creative blocks that we put on ourselves, it's really us getting in our head and feeling too much like we can't achieve or can't overcome them. And that's what stops us from being able to get past them. So just remember that you don't need to hold yourself back. Don't doubt yourself. If you trust that you've got the ability, then you truly can achieve it. The Ace of Swords in the reverse position here represents breakthroughs, new ideas, and success. So there was a lot of energy around something new. This might be related to kind of where you're still heading now with some new additional ideas, some creative energy. So there's a lot of new energy around you lately. You were excited about the future, possibilities, but maybe afraid to share that excitement with other people. You didn't want to sort of put the cart before the horse and get that news kind of all out there to everyone before you'd figured it all out. But it also represents that you felt kind of incomplete or that something might be missing. So this is another sort of reference to you guys pausing and really doubting yourself. So try your best to sort of erase that. The King of Swords in your current situation is about mental clarity. So you've figured out likely how you need to move forward. You just might still be doubting yourself a little bit. You really know the right path that you need to take right now. You're just letting the doubt sort of get in the way from you being able to move on or move forward with it. You need to use your logic to navigate the path ahead. So this also could represent that there's sort of an advisor or mentor in your life, maybe someone that you need to counsel in order to get this new thing kind of off the ground. So make sure right now, if that person isn't in your life, you look for opportunities maybe where you could bring someone in that can help assist you in working out solutions or really help flesh out and develop the idea that you're currently working on. But either way, that doubt might still stand in the way of you guys reaching out to them. So hopefully that resonates with you about someone who's already in your life. But if it doesn't, and you want to bring that person in, just know that you've got a great idea on your hands. You are headed somewhere really awesome. And somebody else is going to see and notice that potential in you when you reach out for a little bit of help. The Hierophant reversed here in the advice section is about achieving freedom, so challenging what everyone else thinks. One reason why you guys might feel like you're doubting this creative idea or this new thing that you want to embark on is because it challenges the norm. But you've got a great idea, so now is the time to go for it. This might be something totally flipping, the usual thing on its head, on its script. But the mentor might be able to share some new ideas with you guys. This also is a reference that they may not know everything. So this person is going to be super open to your new idea and your new concept, but it doesn't mean you should trust everything they say about it because it is sort of your own direction you're embarking on, and they're really probably deeply rooted in the tradition of whatever it is you're doing. So take their advice with a grain of salt. They are going to be willing and ready to help you, but you have a great new idea, and that's what you should focus on, really making your own rules in this situation. The Five of Swords in the outcome position is referencing you wanting to be over with the struggle. There might be a little bit of kind of resistance to get this idea or this new direction, this new kind of thing you want to do off the ground, but put away the tension and the resistance that you have associated with it. That's going to help others sort of relax into the idea as well. Your worry kind of about how people are going to receive it is giving you just as much of a block as people who might kind of get in your way of achieving it. So sort of get out of your own way, sort of get those blocks out of your system so that you can move forward and you can really achieve greatness with this. There's also freedom in charting your own path and letting go of expectations. So since you are doing something that's a little avant-garde, sort of outside the norm of the business that you're in or the situation that you have, there's a sense of freedom in also going your own way and forging your own path. You can move forward once you've sort of let go of those doubts and you're ready to do it. Now I'm going to shuffle for just a few more oracle cards to see if I can get any more information for you guys about maximizing your true potential, maybe getting rid of some creative blocks, trusting yourself a little bit more. So let's just cut for one here. We've got content with what I already have. So that's a great one because you've already got the idea. The idea is yours. So you need to be content with the fact that you have what you need to move forward. So this is also a reference to that creative block. You already know what you should do. You already have a great groundwork laid. Just trust yourself. Trust yourself that it's going to work out in the end because you guys have all the potential ahead of you if you sort of don't get in your own way. And the next one is curiosity. So that's great because This new idea is going to cause a lot of curiosity for other people, but I think that you probably developed it out of a sense of curiosity yourself. So it's probably a really strong trait within you guys. So continue to trust that as you develop this new idea or this new sort of path that you're on. Always remain curious and open to new possibilities. Black tourmaline is a great stone for this reading as well because it really absorbs a lot of negative energy. And that's really what I'm getting from a lot of these reversals, and the Page of Cups in reverse in particular, is that you've got all that doubt and that kind of creative block that you've put on yourself. So black tourmaline is a great stone to reference because it really absorbs all those negative energies so that you don't have to deal with them any longer. So to sum up the overall feeling for the reading today, it's really about getting out of your own way, that you guys have a lot of potential, maybe a new idea, a new thing that you want to do, but there's some doubt that you're having within yourself, some maybe needless pauses or some obstacles you put in your own way. So really trust that you figured out the right way to go, and that once you're able to really embark on this new idea, this new journey that you want to take, there's going to be a lot of freedom in charting your own path and really being a trailblazer in this new idea that you have. That's all I have for the reading today, but if you enjoyed it, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for future Pick a Card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 3, and thank you so much for joining today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. So in your spread, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the King of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and also the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles in the center position in a reverse like this really means there's a lack of long-term planning right now. So one way to increase your potential is definitely going to be to give yourself the time and space to make concrete plans for the future. Don't limit yourself by not planning, because oftentimes you sort of grow what it is that you put focus on. So if you give yourself the opportunity to plan and you think really carefully about what you want and need out of the future, you can work in different ways to make those plans actually succeed. Before investing a lot of time in something, this is also about thinking of the potential reward you'll get. So don't waste your time planning or thinking about things that aren't going to serve you or aren't going to be really beneficial for you in the long term. This is truly about looking forward and investing your time and energy in the right kinds of things to get you where you want to go. Invest in yourself carefully. Make sure that you are very planful about how you invest your time and energy. That's going to be super important to ensuring that whatever you're looking for and whatever you need is going to be successful. The Wheel of Fortune reversed shows resistance to change, resistance to planning. So you guys have had some sort of blocks you've put up that have prevented you from really going with the flow. The Wheel of Fortune often talks about how life is kind of already in motion, but when it's reversed like this, you're doing your best to resist any kind of change that's coming your way. And change doesn't have to be a bad thing, so a lot of times it's important for us to just roll with it in order to get the most out of where we're headed. You need to accept also that you've played a part in getting you where you are right now. So that's what the reversal of this card also references. What can you learn from the situation that you're in? That can also be the key to breaking bad habits or things in the cycle that you're not really happy with. So just be a little bit more critical of yourself as far as evaluating how you got in the position that you're in, especially as you're planning and looking towards sort of the long-term goals ahead of you. How did you get there can often help you plan on different ways to get out of it or have a different outcome in the future. The King of Wands in the current situation means that you're a natural born leader and you have a big vision. So you probably have a lot of things in the future that you want to do. You're just not giving yourself the chance to plan for it. So it's less likely to happen when you can't see a clear path for you to get there. This also references you might need to be looking for a leadership role in your career life, or you might already be in a leadership position. That's another reference to lead with the long-term sort of goals in mind. If you're responsible for making decisions for the group, or there's any kind of responsibility you have in getting everyone else to a particular place or a particular level, now's the time to really evaluate how you can be extra planful to accept that challenge when it's presented to you and make sure you move yourself or the entire group in the right direction. The Page of Pentacles in the advice section reversed like this means that you might fall or stumble, but if you do, you can learn from that situation, dust yourself off, get right back up, and try again. It's always okay to have a learning curve, and nobody's ever perfect, so if this leadership position's new, or if you're trying some things that you want to use to kind of get you into the next level or the next space in your career or your life where you want to be, it's okay if it's not perfect the first time. Sometimes it's really important to learn from, times that we stumble or we fail or it's a little bit more difficult than we expected. Just be patient with yourself because that process can be difficult, but it's okay and it's an essential part of growth to learn from your mistakes and just keep on moving forward. The Seven of Cups in the outcome position in reverse means that you need to continue to align yourself as you're going through this process. There can be tons of options ahead of you. It can sometimes seem a little bit overwhelming when you're planning, and there's a lot of different ways that you could get to where you want to go. Just make sure you take it slow. It's okay to kind of evaluate as you go because, like I said, you do have a ton of different ways to get there. Remember that the long-term planning is super important, so you can pause to reflect, to think really critically about how you get to where you want to go, and focus on what's important to help you narrow your options. Sometimes when you're presented with a lot of different things in front of you, the easiest way to kind of knock some contenders off the ring is to think about what doesn't serve you or what definitely won't work. So if you're having sort of a block and you're not quite sure how to plan to get where you want to go, try thinking of things that won't work, like you can definitely rule out to get ahead, because that can sometimes help make the path seem a little bit clearer. All right, so now I'm going to shuffle for just a few oracle cards, see if we can get some messages for you guys about either ways that you can plan more to help maximize that potential or some other things that you might need to consider right now. So the first card we have is rest. That's perfect because you guys are going to need to sort of calm yourself, give yourself time to really plan. There's no need to be in a super rush. You've got a lot of reverse cards here, so there's a natural pause happening in your life right now. So give yourself permission and the chance to really sit back and evaluate what you need to do, because plans oftentimes do not come quickly, especially the more carefully laid plans. And then the next card we've got, it is within reach. So that's great because you guys can definitely achieve your goals. It's within your power. It's within your grasp. You're going to be successful. It's just going to be more reachable and more attainable if you've taken the time and the opportunity to maximize your potential by planning. The stone for your reading is clear quartz, and that's all about amplifying energy. It's a cleansing stone, but it is about amplifying and projecting energy outward. So that's what I want you guys to think of as you're planning. Think about projecting that plan into the world, coming up with really clear and measurable tasks that you can do to succeed. And that's going to help you guys be a lot more successful if you really focus on letting that planful energy sort of permeate all the aspects of your life. So to sum up the overall theme of the reading for you guys today, it really is about looking to the long term. You're going to be able to maximize your potential, get yourself closer to your true destiny if you take the time to truly plan. Don't be too resistant to change. Make sure that you're thinking about a long-term plan if you're leading people. But above all else, just align yourself with the right sort of direction you need to go. Make clear, honest, truthful choices to what you feel like inside is the best thing for you, and just keep that planful sort of theme in mind as you continue to take the steps to get you the growth that you're really looking for. And that's all I have from the cards for you guys today, but if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future tarot card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 4, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I'd like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. So in your spread, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Three of Swords, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress, and then rounding it out with the Moon. So right off the bat in the center here, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it's all about self-care. So a way to maximize your potential right now is to really focus on yourself and what you truly need. Make sure that you're giving yourself as much attention as you give to other people. Don't ever get overwhelmed by committing to something that you can't handle. It's okay to take it slow or say no, because right now you guys really need to focus on yourself and what your needs, your internal needs truly are. Don't overextend yourself and commit to too many things. This can also mean financially, so don't sort of put too many eggs in different baskets. If right now you need to be a little more conservative, that's okay. But really what's resonating with me is all about the self-care and making sure that you get what you need so that your potential can be truly maximized. That's further emphasized by the Queen of Wands over here in this position, because reversed like this, it's also about being a little bit more introverted and knowing yourself very well, but needing to turn your attention on yourself to help you truly shine. The Queen of Wands often references about a lot of energy we put into other people. So reversed like this, we really need to make sure that we're also focusing again on what you need internally. So don't be afraid to just be you. You're amazing. You're a great person. It's important to love on yourself just as much as you love on other people. So don't be afraid to take the time to really allow yourself to do that right now. The Three of Swords in the current position, it means you might be feeling a little disappointed or sad right now. This is often a card that really references like a slowing down and a deepening of emotion, sometimes being disappointed. Oftentimes when we feel like that, it's best to sort of accept it, grieve the situation as needed, and then move forward fresh, knowing that you're going to be able to overcome whatever situation you're in. Stay focused and plan on the path ahead. Setbacks are also okay. With this card, sometimes that can reference a setback, but just keep moving forward. Great things are ahead for you guys. You just need to make sure, because it is surrounded by both of these cards referencing some internal kind of self-care. Whatever feelings you're feeling right now, you've got the power to truly overcome them. If you focus on ways to make yourself feel better, maybe pamper yourself a little bit. Maybe you need like a spa day or some kind of way to thank yourself for being who you are. Make sure you take the time to do that, because that's going to be really important to help you guys maximize that potential that we're looking for and move you towards your destiny in a much more effective kind of way. The Empress in the advice situation is about nurturing and abundance. So again, for me, this is really resonating with the nurturing for yourself. There's a lot of energy you need to put right now towards your needs and your relaxation, your sort of state of being. So make sure you give yourself the time and the space to really focus on that. It's also about being in a period of growth. So there's probably a lot of growing pains you might be going through right now. It could be related to a new job, a new relationship you're in. Somehow there's something that is new, but you need to focus on your self-care a little bit more to get the most out of that. Be grateful for what you guys have achieved, because you have achieved a lot of really good things. That's also what this references. And gratefulness can create more abundance. So if you continue to focus on the positive, instead of maybe feeling a little bit worried or anxious right now, that can help you guys move in the right direction. The moon in the outcome position is really about owning your intuition and stepping forward into your true power. So again, about really looking towards the inside, towards yourself, and trusting your intuition. Don't give in to any fears, because you know how you truly feel. So that could also be related to this card here. Maybe there's some fear about kind of how you want to move forward or what you're looking for in life, but don't give in to those, because if you take the time to really look within yourself, find out what you truly want and desire, you're going to know the right answers. So trust them. It's also about not making fast decisions. So sometimes it can take time to find out what the next path is, and that's okay, because there is kind of the emphasis of a pause here in the center, especially with both of the self-care cards. So that might mean that you need to take a little time for that self-reflection. So it's okay not to rush right into anything. You don't have to immediately think, oh, I know all the answers and now I get it. Listen to your higher self for guidance, but give yourself the time to really work out what that guidance truly means. All right, so I'm going to shuffle for a few more oracle cards, see if we can get any additional information, maybe to back up our need for self-care right now, or just another way to maximize your potential. So the first one, cultivate stillness. Perfect, because like I said, you guys need to sort of pause. You need to pause with this kind of self-reflection and self-care. So it's okay to be still. It's okay to rest in that. That's going to really help you guys move forward and learn how to trust your intuition even more. Felt like this guy was popping out. So here we have practice. that's perfect too, because it takes a ton of practice, especially for someone like you who's used to caring for other people. It's going to take practice to love on yourself a little bit more and focus more on your own needs. That doesn't mean that you're being selfish. It just means that you're giving yourself the time and the space to take care of yourself too, which is just as important as how you take care of other people. You can't really take care of them to your full potential unless you're taking care of your own needs as well. Sodalite was the stone for your reading, and that's a stone that focuses on helping you discover your true intuition and giving you a little bit more insight into what you really need. So that's a great stone considering you guys need to stop, take a pause, be a little bit still, and sort of revert within yourself right now to learn what it is that will help you feel more fulfilled as a person. And that's going to relate a lot to that self-care and really trusting your own intuition. So to sum up the overall reading for you guys, what it really is about taking the time for self-care. That's going to be the best way to maximize your potential right now so you can truly give more of yourself when you've taken the time to really look within and love on yourself a little bit. You guys are great at doing that for other people, but right now there's something that feels like a little bit off. You might be a little bit worried about it. You're not really trusting your own intuition. So really take the time to look within yourself, give yourself some calm moments of self-reflection, and sort of figure out what it is you need, and you can sort of feel more fulfilled once you're able to discover ways to make yourself really truly internalize that feeling. That self-care is going to be so important for you guys right now. And that's all I see in the reading for you guys today, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so that you can join us for our future pick a card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.